am Noriko Bullful, and this is Uncut News. While some people joked about getting back into the business after the PPP returned to power, it looks like someone didn't care to wait. Yesterday, German port authorities seized 1.5 tons of Colombian snow hidden in a shipment of Guyanese rice. According to local reports, the huge shipment of booger sugar, which has an estimated street value of 300 million euros, is one of the largest drug busts ever made at the port of Hamburg. Authorities claim that it is of high quality and would go for triple the price on the European market. But here's the funny thing. It was sitting in a storage container at the port since June. They only found out because someone snitched. So yes, while we were fighting over the recount, someone said, "Me in care, money gaffer mech." Investigators said the drugs were destined for Poland, where it would have been distributed to bulk buyers all over Europe. And another day, another set of dismissals. Roy Lucas, the chairman of JPL's board of directors, aka the reason we get so many blackouts, has resigned from that post. When asked about it, Minister Edgell said good for him and encouraged everyone else on the board to do the same. Now keep in mind all of this clearinghouse is needed, but remember, don't let the PPP replace good people with party hacks. Which brings us to the next story. Two oil experts at America's Market Intelligence are saying that along with transparency, ethnic inclusion will be, quote, make or break factor when assessing the success of the PPP administration in the future. While they admit that it is common for new administrations across the globe to clean house when they assume office, the administration should still pick its people based on merit, not just their political affiliation and ethnicity. However, it should be noted that these two are just the latest in like 1,000 other people who are saying the same thing, which is just don't be corrupt this time around. BM Soat is Guyana's #1 auto dealer. Visit their showroom at Lot 9 Crowell Street, Georgetown, and find out about their deal of the day and in-house financing, or call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soat Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive. You know how I'm always complaining that poor people get shafted hard by the justice system? Well, in 2017, the IDB felt shamefully and funded a $8 million project to help us with this. The project, which is funded by a loan, by the way, seeks to reduce the number of remand prisoners while increasing the use of alternative sentencing. They also offer legal representation to people who are too poor to afford an attorney. Now, here's the thing that get me vexed. Did you know about this? I mean, because I didn't know about this. In fact, even Nandalor didn't know about this. He visited the building for the first time yesterday and expressed unwavering support for it. But he had the same question I did. Why didn't we know about this? While DPI has the unmitigated gall to praise the coalition for building $1 million meat shed in the hinterland, we ain't heard about this. Normally, I try to keep it light on this show, but I vex bad. Let's be honest, governments are supposed to govern for all, but in the real world, they often just end up helping out their supporters, but not APNU, because if APNU really helped their supporters, then why is crime still so bad in Agricola and Sofia? They don't need more police patrols, they need more social support. But what support APNU gave Sofia? New roads? Poor people don't need new roads, they need jobs, business opportunities, education. But not just them, all of us need it. Now, ask yourself, if Guyanese of every race were punishing for the past 5 years, while a few getting rich, this means they don't care about race, they care about their friends. APNU is not a party for black people, it's a party for they people. But don't go saying I just PPP just because, they're just as bad. That's why they call it a political party, because it's just one big fat and you aren't invited. Stepping off of my social soapbox and moving on to tell you this, that the Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, revealed that there are currently 62,000 pending housing applications, including mine, that are being processed, with new applications being submitted daily. Nevertheless, he assured that priority will be given to reducing that number significantly. While campaigning, the PPP promised to deliver 10,000 new homes a year. Now that is a campaign promise you'll better make sure they keep, because the coalition promised at least 10,000 over a 5-year period, and they reached nowhere near that number. At about 2:30 p.m. on Monday, 29-year-old Bank's DIH salesman Anil Singh was robbed of his vehicle during a midday chocking that occurred in front of the company's headquarters in Georgetown. Singh was inside for just 20 minutes when a male exited a red Nissan X-Trail license plate number PYY864. He then gained entry into the vehicle before hot-wiring it and driving off. With that being said, notice the suspect was riding in an expensive vehicle. This is because it is now carjacking season. Just about every year around this time, criminal gangs steal vehicles, typically common brands found on the nation's roads. These stolen vehicles are then driven up the highway, where they are taken to a chop shop, where the cars are, well, chopped up and sold for parts, typically to used parts dealerships who don't ask questions about where the parts came from. So with that being said, please be careful and especially vigilant if you are the owner of an Allion or Premier. And if you do, make sure you're not like this guy.
"911, what's your emergency?"
Hello? Please help! Somebody just stole my car!
Calm down, sir. It says here you're calling from Agricola. Are you injured?
No, I'm okay. I parked my car to run in the shop and get some top-up, and this might just jump in my car and drive away.
Don't worry, sir. Just activate the tracker in your car and give me the location. I will send the police unit.
Which tracker?
Wait, you don't have a GPS tracker in your vehicle?
No? Hello?
Sir, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Some people are real amateur. Just 16,000 for a GPS tracker at Triple B's, and still he ain't got one. Call 682-8326 and get your tracker installed today.
Perfect. Let's take a look at news in the region and around the world. Yesterday was Trinidad's election day, and Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley claimed victory in 22 seats for the People's National Movement to the UNC's 19 seats. In 2015, the party won 23 seats, but this time they lost the Moruga Tabelon seat, which it had won by the slimmest margin. A Venezuelan court has sentenced 2 former American soldiers to 20 years in jail for trying to overthrow President Nicolas Maduro. Luke Denham and Ariane Barry were found guilty of conspiracy, illicit trafficking of weapons, and terrorism. The pair were among 13 people arrested in May as they attempted to enter Venezuela by sea from Colombia. The US President Donald Trump has since denied that he was behind the incident. Take advantage of this fresh business opportunity. Become a digital top-up vendor with Cellular Plus and earn some extra cash. No fancy smartphone or internet required. Just show up with your Mango Pelter and you're good to go. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 and find out about their special offer. And now for our weird news story of the day. Here's a story about a dog that probably works harder than you do. The employees of a Hyundai car dealership in Espírito Santo, Brazil, adopted a street dog and gave him a job as a car salesman. The professional sales dog, named Tucson Prime, could be seen roaming around the dealership showroom with his ID card around his neck. The 1-year-old dog was adopted in May of this year and now watches over the showroom, making sure nothing is amiss. His story went viral on social media after Hyundai Brazil shared it on Instagram 3 days ago. The dog now has his own Instagram account with well over 29,000 followers, which I'm pretty sure is about 29,000 more than you've got. Ha! Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments and we'll read the best one ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, should political appointees be abolished altogether? If so, what sort of selection method should be used instead for their position? Dharmraj Jagubir said, selection methods should be based on educational background and experience in that field and not on face and race. There are a lot of educated Guyanese that will go the extra mile for the betterment of the country. So tonight I leave you with this question. The experts keep calling on the PPP to lead with fairness, transparency, and ethnic inclusion. But do you actually think the PPP is going to do that? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we'll feature it in Wednesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another episode. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.